I'd love to play for you the piece called Morning by Edvard Grieg. Like the other composers that the student learns, there's usually a picture of the composer and there's a little bit of information about the composer. Grieg was born in Norway in 1843. He was a composer, conductor, and pianist. Grieg's music reveals the spirit and images of his homeland. So this morning piece reviews the skips the students are learning in the lesson book. So here I am in the recital book in Unit 10. They review the idea of forte and piano, and there is a lovely tissue box touch release at the end of this piece. Oh, that gentle ending. My goodness. So now let's go back to the lesson and technique book on Unit 11. Page 56. Here the students are learning the C position pattern for the first time. All right, so good technique is the study of motion. It's not about strengthening, but it's about fluid coordination between all of the playing parts. The big muscles help the smaller muscles. There are 200 muscles in the arm, 39 in the hand. So obviously the bigger muscles of the arm is going to help the fingers move. So for water lilies, all right, here's another good example of using a little bit of weight transfer. So the student can feel a little bit more of like the bottom of a smiley face, the smile on the smiley face. So they're shifting their weight all the way through these lovely little phrases, even though we don't call them phrases yet, right? So if the student plays all locked up and tight, the sound isn't as beautiful. So we want to make sure that the student can really feel this kind of rolling motion, right? I think of it as not as a circle, but as a nice oval like this. And you'll notice when the student plays, the wrist and the elbow goes out at the same time and then comes back towards the body at the same time. So that way, right, they can play a hand and exercise later on in life at a nice fast clip because they have learned this nice fluidity in their coordinated motion. New guide note C is a bass C in the left-hand bass clef. So they actually got comfortable with it in the piece right before it with Water Lilies. And now they're playing a wonderful piece by Mary Leaf called Flashing Fireflies. Did you notice I played one wrong note in the left-hand part, in the duet part? Isn't it fun when we make a wrong note in front of a student? They kind of look at us and we laugh and we say, well, you know, nobody's perfect, right? It's okay to make wrong notes. All right, on page 58 and 59, an old piece by Daniel Gottlob Turk. Happy bass melody. So think about nice strong fingers, a good rounded hand shape, wrist and forearms that go along as one unit. Drip, drop, roll motion on those half notes, so the students are not locking up their wrist and their forearm. With the right hand, and if you'd like to have a little bit more sense of flexible wrists on the quarter notes, that's fine too. This is a great piece to have a student sing it and think about how the phrase goes. Of course, we don't name the phrase a phrase, but they certainly can understand how repeated notes have to go somewhere. So we don't want to hear, oh my gosh, dear me. Instead, right, they get a little bit louder. Right? And the little musicality girl asked, did the melody sound lively? And can you play a happy melody hands together? And students will say, oh my gosh, I can do that hands together. That's fantastic. Ode to Joy is on page 60. Oh my gosh, this is such a wonderful melody and everybody knows it. And of course, some students will play it with that dotted quarter note rhythm, and that's fine. If that's what they know, absolutely that's fine. But let's mention to our students, yes, that is really how the real theme goes, or the real melody goes. But in this simplified version, we're only playing straight quarters and half notes, because we want to make sure that they really hear what they are looking at in the music. Great grandmother, here's a funny little piece in 3/4 time, reviewing lots of skips. Right? And we're definitely going to have our students write in some of the fingering. All right, now we're ready for Unit 12.